Reborn without stopping my brother from saving her, I watch coldly as my family collapses. When the fake heiress was about to be killed by a truck, my brother charged forward to save her. In my previous life, I used all my strength to hold my brother back, preventing him from saving the fake heiress. As a result, the fake heiress had both her legs crushed by the truck, could never dance again, and collapsed into suicide. After burying her, I, who had stopped my brother from saving her, became the family's sinner. My brother broke my legs, cursing viciously. "You cold-blooded beast! How dare you stop me from saving Xingxin?" My mother and father slapped me dozens of times, filled with regret. "We never should have acknowledged you in the first place. Our family only has Xingxin as a daughter. You snake-hearted creature, get out of here." They refused to treat my injured legs and threw me into the deep mountains to fend for myself. In the end, I was torn apart alive by wild dogs and died a miserable death. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the moment my brother charged forward to save the fake heiress. This time, I didn't use all my strength to pull my brother back. Instead, I casually tugged at the corner of his shirt, shouting dramatically as if heartbroken, "Brother, don't go." I made a token effort to stop him, but clearly my brother didn't listen to me at all. His eyes were filled only with Xinx in the fake heiress he had pampered since childhood, so how could he care about a newly returned, emotionally disconnected true heiress like me? He resolutely charged forward, yanking the dazed and distracted fake heiress, Xingxin, back from the center of the road. Due to the immense inertia, he couldn't steady himself in time. His whole body plunged face first onto the cold, hard asphalt, instinctively extending his arms to shield his head. He completely forgot that facing him was a 10-ton heavy-duty truck with a massive blind spot. The driver simply couldn't see the person on the ground. In the next second, the truck ran him over mercilessly. A shrill, piercing scream tore through the street, sharp and desperate, making everyone's scalp tingle. The crunch of shattering bone mixed with the sound of flesh tearing apart, bone fragments and scarlet blood splattering across the ground in a horrifying scene. My brother's intact, powerful arms instantly turned into two mounds of mangled, unrecognizable flesh, completely crippled. By the roadside, Xingxin stood frozen, her face as pale as paper, her legs giving out as she collapsed into a sitting position, her pupils dilated in shock, unable to utter a single word. Her father, rushing over belatedly, saw the gruesome scene. His legs buckled, and he collapsed, weeping bitterly with heartbreaking despair. Her mother couldn't withstand the intense shock. Her vision went black, and she fainted dead away on the spot. The scene was utter chaos. The crowd gathered noisily, whispering among themselves as the ambulance sirens drew closer. I stood at the edge of the chaotic crowd, eyes lowered, hiding the cold smile in my gaze, feeling a surge of exhilaration deep inside. In my previous life, my brother had rushed to save Xingxin without regard for his own safety. I knew the truck was heavy, the brakes had failed, and the blind spot was deadly. Rescue was impossible without risking dismemberment or death. I loved my brother and didn't want him to gamble his entire future, health, and life for a scheming fake heiress. So I fought with all my might to hold him back, preventing him from rushing to his death. In the end, I dragged my brother back, forcing him to watch helplessly as Xingxin had her legs crushed, permanently disabled. His eyes had split with rage, his heart torn apart. Hearing Xinx's heart-wrenching screams, he turned and kicked me viciously in the chest, sending me flying several meters to crash by the roadside. Battered and bleeding, ignored by everyone. My parents, who arrived moments later, had eyes only for the injured Xingxin. They didn't glance at me once, crowding around her as they rushed her to the hospital, abandoning me alone by the roadside to bleed and ache in pain. It was only a kind passerby, unable to stand the sight, who gave me a lift to the hospital. But as soon as we arrived, news broke that Xingxin required amputation and would never dance again. Before I could even catch my breath, my enraged brother dragged me into a hospital corner and beat me savagely, showing no mercy. Back then, I was full of grievances and regret, lamenting that my good intentions had gone unruffled, regretting that I had stopped my brother from saving her. But time never flows backward once a mistake is pinned on you. You can never shake it off in this lifetime. Soon after, a passerby filmed a video of me holding my brother back and preventing the rescue, quietly uploading it online, where it instantly fermented and spiraled out of control. Overnight, I became a cold-blooded demon vilified by the entire internet, subjected to online harassment and doxing. My address and school information were exposed, and I was blocked daily and pelted with rotten eggs and filth. Returning to school, I was isolated, ostracized, and bullied by classmates. No one wanted to come near me, and no one was willing to listen to my explanation. Under the weight of endless malice, Xingxin, whose dreams were already shattered and who could no longer stand on stage to dance, completely broke down under the pressure and committed suicide in the depths of night, ending her young life. That night, my brother held by Xin's portrait, weeping until he lost his voice, completely losing his mind. He approached me step by step with a cold baseball bat, demanding blood for blood. Swing after swing, the force was ruthless and merciless. He personally broke my legs, his eyes filled only with disgust and hatred, cursing me, "You wretch. How dare you stop me from saving Xingxin? If it weren't for your cold-blooded cruelty, Xingxin wouldn't have lost her legs, let alone killed herself in despair. You are the murderer." I cried uncontrollably, my whole body in agony, struggling desperately to explain to him. Every word soaked in blood. "I didn't let you save by Xingxin because I was afraid you'd get hurt. A truck weighing over 10 tons couldn't brake in time. I didn't want you to die in a 1-for-1 trade. I didn't want to lose you as my brother. I was just trying to protect you. Oh, why can't you understand even a little bit of that?" But my brother wouldn't listen. With bloodshot eyes and a murderous aura, he roared at me frantically. "Regret? As if you know what regret is. Could I do something as cold-blooded as watching Xingxin get hit by a car and die? Xingxin is the sister I've pampered since childhood, the treasure of our whole family. You, cold-blooded beast raised in an orphanage who never felt a shred of family warmth, wouldn't understand. You don't deserve to." I froze in shock, my whole body icy, my heart aching as if pierced by countless knives. Yes, I had been maliciously swapped at birth by Xin's mother. Abandoned in a remote orphanage right after birth, I grew up suffering through hardship. Years later, when I was brought back to the Bai family, I thought I could finally have family and feel warmth. Instead, I was greeted only with endless coldness, ignorance, disdain, and harsh criticism. They complained I was vulgar and ill-bred, that I lacked manners and was petty, that I had stolen everything from Bai Xingxin. All the family's gentleness, favor, and affection were given unreservedly to the dignified, generous, and sweet-talking fake heiress Bai Xingxin. I was forever the redundant one, the eyesore outsider, the troublesome snake-hearted creature in their eyes. I never felt a shred of family warmth, naturally unable to integrate into this so-called home, never understanding their utterly biased version of kinship. My chest felt pierced by countless fine needles, a dense, painful prickling. But compared to the bone-chilling agony of my legs, it was nothing. My brother broke my legs and left coldly, abandoning me paralyzed on the cold ground. I crawled to my parents begging for help, sobbing as I asked them to take me to the hospital. But they responded by slapping me dozens of times, their faces full of revulsion and icy coldness, each word piercing my heart. "What qualifications do you have to interfere in our family's affairs? If it weren't for your viciousness in stopping Xiao from saving Xingxin, our family wouldn't be shattered. Don't use considering your brother as an excuse. You were just jealous of Xingxin. Jealous she was more popular than you. Jealous she had everything. You just wanted to get rid of her. Had we known this would happen, we would have died rather than acknowledge you from that orphanage. Our Bai family only has Xingxin as a daughter. A snake-hearted thing like you should go keep Xingxin company in death." Finally, they threw my severely injured, paralyzed self into a desolate mountain forest, leaving me to fend for myself. On a freezing night, amidst the roars of wild beasts, I was eventually torn apart alive by packs of wild dogs. Before I died, those icy, venomous words and those biased, cold eyes were etched into my heart, turning into deep-seated resentment that could never be erased in this lifetime. Reincarnated once more, I completely absorbed all the lessons from my past life. I will no longer be the cold, blooded, vicious ice-soul beast they called me. I will indulge them all in their precious kinship, fulfill my brother's heroic fantasies, and satisfy their bottomless doting on basing sin. I want to see very clearly. When my brother is completely crippled, when he has no arms, unable to carry weight, or even lift a hand, when he can't even feed or dress himself and must rely on others for his basic needs. Living his whole life in the shadow of disability, how long will that so minus called unbreakable, deep minus as minus a minus ocean kinship last? Will they still be able to favor by Zinxin wholeheartedly, caring for the crippled brother for a lifetime without complaint? The truck driver stumbled out of his cab, his face ashen, checking the scene in a panic. Trembling all over, suppressing the chill in my heart, I rushed forward, putting on a performance of extreme grief and near-minus collapse. Throwing myself onto the ground by my brother, I wailed dramatically, my voice hoarse, giving a flawless acting display. Brother, you must hold on. Don't close your eyes. I already called the ambulance. They're coming right now. The doctors will save you soon. You must be okay. My usually calm and composed brother now had his handsome face twisted in agony, cold sweat pouring down, his whole body trembling violently. His eyes were filled with despair, muffled groans of pain escaping his throat constantly, lacking even the strength to speak coherently. Hearing my anxious cries, he barely lifted his eyelids, seeing only endless regret and torment. The dazed by Zinxin finally snapped back to reality, seeing my brother's bloody, mangled state. Her eyes reddened with guilt and panic. Instinctively, she wanted to step forward to check on him and offer apologies. I beat her to it. I hysterically shoved her away hard, the force significant, making her stumble back several steps, tears streaming down my face. I sobbed out accusations that pierced everyone's hearts, deliberately amplifying all conflict sinks in. I know. Ever since I, the true heiress, returned halfway, I've been an eyesore to you. You look down on me deep down, thinking I stole the attention and affection that belonged to you. Usually, you target me everywhere. And I never argued with you. You scolded me and made things difficult for me, and I endured it all. At worst, I just move out and stay far away from this family, but you should never have acted out by running away from home. You shouldn't have deliberately gone to stand in the middle of the busiest road, zoning out and throwing a tantrum. Look at you now, safe and sound, not a scratch on you. But my brother ruined his whole life to save you. If something happens to my brother, if he can never stand up or use his hands again, our whole family is destroyed. Mom and Dad only have this one son. He's the hope of the entire family. The surrounding crowd instantly saw the light, their gazes toward by Zinxin shifting instantly, whispers rising one after another, filled with accusation and dissatisfaction. The ambulance arrived swiftly, sirens wailing. Medical staff rushed over with a stretcher, carefully lifting my unconscious brother onto it, quickly bandaging him before rushing him to emergency surgery. Father Bai recovered his senses, looking at the departing ambulance, then at the unharmed by Zinxin. For the first time, a hint of resentment flickered in his eyes, his tone heavy and weary. Zinxin, this time, you weren't really too willful. Mother Bai also woke up slowly. The first thing she did upon waking wasn't to comfort her precious daughter, but to look toward the operating room with reddened eyes, her heart aching, unable to utter a single word of favoritism. Bai Zinxin instantly panicked, at a loss, her eyes crimson, choking back sobs as she tried to explain. I didn't mean to. I was just in a bad mood. I didn't think it would turn out like this. I really didn't know brother would rush out to save me. I stood to the side, shedding silent tears, But my eyes were icy cold, and icy laughter echoed in my heart. By Sin, I won't stop you. Won't prevent you. Won't take the blame. Won't play the villain. All the bitter fruit is your own choice. Every ounce of pain, every grievance, every torment I endured in my past life this lifetime, I want your whole family to repay it 100-fold.